Thank you, Georgianne. I'm a little intimidated. I've given speeches before, but never to such a large crowd or to such a close crowd. I'm the best man. I'm George's brother, Nick. I've met some of you. I'm related to about half of you. No, all of you now. And she's one of mine. I'm completely going blank, but
yeah, Nick.
I went on the internet to try to find out about best man speeches, and they told you got to roast your brother. I mean, you got to roast the groom, and you've got to compliment the bride, and then you've got to have a toast.
Yeah.
And I didn't like that. I don't like roasting people. I don't think that's appropriate. I really appreciate the maid of honor and the other bridesmaid, Georgianne, Jimmy's best friend, their speeches. And I think they're in a line of good humor, so I won't roast the groom. The other thing the internet told me was to look up things that happened on the day and the year that the groom was born. My brother was born May 21st, 1976. And I looked on the internet and I saw what's going on May 21st, 1976, and I found out that there was Tropical Storm 1 started on May 21st, 1976. And it was followed by many different named storms, including Rita and Katrina. And I thought, wow, I'm not gonna say that in my speech. So I left that out. And I decided that I didn't like the internet's idea of a best man speech. I thought a best man speech should be to tell you something important about the person who's receiving the speech. So there are many stories that I could roast my brother with. He's got lots of things that are incriminating or intimidating or something embarrassing. But instead, I'm going to tell you a story in which my brother plays a part, but it's really a story about myself. I gave a speech before that I thought was the best speech in my speech writing career in 6th grade. I wrote a speech about my Superman suit. Some of you know, probably 3 of you, I used to wear a Superman suit every day to 1st grade. I wore blue corduroy jeans, I wore a Superman sweatshirt, and I wore it every day. If it wasn't clean, I wouldn't go to school. Literally. And my mom did a good job keeping it clean. Thank you. I'm not going to tell you that story because I thought at the time I had made a very great speech saying how I had overcome my fear of going to school in 6th grade and I was over that and it was behind me. But I didn't tell the real story. The real story is let me tell you the story about 3rd grade. In 3rd grade, I had a secret that I didn't tell anyone, and I'm going to tell it to you now, in front of all these people. I was a bedwetter.
Oh my God.
And that was embarrassing. But worse than that, I had a fear of public bathrooms. And worse than that, I had a fear, I was shy. I was a young, small, shy kid. And I was afraid of going to the bathroom. Or asking permission to go to the bathroom. So, one day in 3rd grade, I think it was 3rd grade, at Seton Academy in I think it was in Berwyn at the time. No, I was in Berwyn at the time. 2nd grade, it must have been 2nd grade. I was trying to hold out for the end of the day. I couldn't make it. But worse than that, oh, you think it's bad, it's worse than that. Not only was I holding in the number one, I also had diarrhea. And I don't remember much more about the day, but I remember being out in the hall, completely downtrodden and sad, and I didn't know what to do, and my mom was on her way to pick me up, and all I remember is that my brother came up behind me. I didn't know where he came from. And he said, "Don't worry, Nick. Nobody knows what happened in the classroom. And I got you covered." And it just made my day. And whatever he said to those students that day, I came into school the next day and made it through the rest of my career in school. And nobody ever said anything about it. And I gotta say, Jamie, you picked a really dedicated guy. This guy has got your back. So, with that, I'd like to say, God bless you. Could everybody stand up and raise a glass? To George and Jamie, may they live a long and happy life, prosperous and full of blessing from God. And no matter how poopy things get, may you cover each other's flaws. And may God bless you, and may you live to change the dirty diapers of your great-grandchildren.